Hey YouTube, it's AR-15 guy. So today's going to be my third installment of the Constitution series. So we're going to go over the Third Amendment. So I believe that it has some real implications for modern times, even though oftentimes it doesn't. We don't talk about it. It's not one that's common. To be honest with you, until recently I didn't even know you asked me what the Third Amendment was, I'd be like, the Third Amendment. So anyway, let me go ahead and read it, and then I'll kind of go over what I think is the implications for the applications for this amendment to modern times. So let me read it. Give me just a second. So, no soldier shall in time of peace be quartered in any house without the consent of the owner, nor in time of war, but in a manner to be prescribed by law. So what I think that, as I've read some of the history on this was added in 1788. It was added by, looks like it was added by Patrick Henry. And one of the things that they found was that when they were starting to rise up against the British then sent their soldiers over and forced the colonies to house the soldiers. Well, it's awful hard to come up with a master plan and do all this secretive stuff when you've got a soldier living in your house, whether he's snooping around or just paying attention. It makes it difficult to, I mean, sure, obviously it happened and we worked around it, but it makes it very difficult for that to happen. And I think that same thing could happen now if that hadn't been there. You know, government starts saying, hey, you know, Mr. Bob Smith over here has purchased 3,000 rounds of ammo, and he's bought 3 new firearms this year. Yeah, I think that we need to kind of take a look and see what's going on. So they say, hey, Mr. Smith, we're going to send a U.S. Marine to live with you for a few months because we don't have anywhere else to put him. Well, they wouldn't even have to give that reason. They could just put him there. And he could be spying on you and figuring out and trying to come up with a way to get you put into jail for whatever reason. Intelligence gathering. And they knew that would be against our rights. So it'll, you know, the Fourth Amendment will kind of touch on that even more. But I believe that this does have modern implications. I think that you won't, you know, there hasn't been any Supreme Court cases with this particular amendment in modern times because it's a pretty simple amendment. It's pretty straightforward. There's not a lot of room for interpretation. So I think as we look at the Fourth Amendment, that kind of fits. These two kind of fit together, and because in a sense it's putting somebody who is hired by the government, gets their paycheck from the government, just much like law enforcement, to live with somebody, whether their official duty is to watch over you or just to live with you. It doesn't really matter. That wouldn't be relevant because they could pretty much do what they wanted. So I think that it does definitely have some modern implications. It's just one that it's hard to get over because it's pretty clearly stated. So anyway, that's my take on the Third Amendment as to why it was so important to put that in there. So anyway, guys, thanks for watching, and leave comments. Let me know what you think. This is my third one, and also kind of going off of this a little bit, the Real Triple B, I'll put his link down below here, is doing some really great things, not only for just the firearms community. He's got some great firearms videos, but he's also got some constitutional and civil liberties videos out, and he's started his own website. And so I definitely encourage you guys to go check that out. It's something I really want to get behind and support. So please go out and look at that. And this guy has a lot of background in this. I believe he's a lawyer, and so he's got some background and some knowledge on this that definitely is very enlightening, so to speak. So anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Have a great night, and talk